Welcome to Victory Achieved Gaming. This is Owen, also known as Immortalium,
And I am Caitlin.
and we are back to finish. I know, folks, finish 999.
Finally!
Finally.
Because it's been months and I can't look it up.
Yeah.
Do you know, I've been I'm very good. I haven't looked up any spoilers for this game and I'm very impressed with
Yes,
myself.
I'm very impressed with
'Cause I
you
would've-
myself.
Yeah, I was so tempted.
I know. So, anyway, folks, we're going to be finishing this game today. It'll mostly be story, but there is one section where there's going to be a puzzle.
Oh, okay. Oh, so I have one more puzzle, okay.
Yeah, you have one more puzzle, the final puzzle, as people like to call it. So, and without any further ado, we should get on. First off, just you remember what's happening, right?
We're in the library.
Yeah,
We are with Snake and Seven.
and Clover.
And Clover. Yeah, sorry, and Clover. Santa kidnapped June. We now know that June might not actually be June.
Well, there's something weird going on with
Yeah,
June.
there's something weird going on. Is it June? Is it not? Is it June? Like Kane. And apparently Snake's sister is a Kane, but I'm still confused with why they were
No,
in...
not snakes.
Oh, sorry, Santa's sister, yeah. I'm still confused why they were in the same area because I thought they separated the siblings. So that is a contradictory that I don't like. If they're trying to say, oh, we separated all the siblings, but we left two siblings, that makes no sense to me.
Don't worry, there's an explanation.
There is an
for that.
explanation? Okay, as long as they explain that, I'm good with that. Mm-hmm. Unless it's maybe something like they were in foster care or something, they weren't actually siblings. I don't know. But like...
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, and we've just finished that other room, which means we now have what we need to actually head over to the incinerator room.
Oh, yeah.
But also, we had all these revelations as well about the coffin. Do you remember All Ice, Alice?
Oh, yeah.
And we found the photograph with the four architects, if you want to call them, of the nonary game.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And because we already knew that Ace was the ringleader.
Yeah, and Junpei's like, I feel like I should be more shocked at this.
I think that's just, I don't know, is there a reason for that? Or is that just fourth wall breaking?
No, morphogenetic field.
Oh, okay.
That's what the deal is. It's like he already kind of knew subconsciously because of the fact that he knew in another timeline.
Oh, okay. I kind of get that. Actually, I'm thinking about it with timelines. I went to see Deadpool recently. Saw it twice, Deadpool and Wolverine.
Twice?
So yeah, I went with my boyfriend. And then I went again with my friend Clover because she wanted to go.
Oh, that's fair.
And I might be going a third time with other people who want to go.
Wow.
It's not good.
Okay. Well, point
There's
is,
a lot of multiverse in that too.
we can discuss that maybe in a different game at the
Yeah.
time. A bit of a plug for other game, folks. Ooh. Anyway, we better actually continue on with this.
Yes. Okay.
You're right. Let's hurry. This exit needs the Uranus card too. Hey, Junpei.
Yeah, I know. All right, it's open. Let's go.
I think this will lead directly to the incinerator room.
Okay.
Okay, Neptune Key, let's see if you work. Yes, oh, I think it unlocked.
Here we
Yeah,
go.
that's incinerator.
This incinerator. So
Oh.
this is the incinerator.
This is where Ace died before.
This is the first time
And
I've seen it
Snake.
from this
And
side,
Snake.
but
Yeah,
yeah,
poor Snake.
I think so.
Then there ought to be a lever near the door. Yeah, right here. Pull that and the door should open. Got it.
So
Let's go.
Another thing, Santa. With Santa, there's obviously June, Lotus, and Ace. That's it. That's all he has in it. Yeah.
4 people, yeah. Because, I mean, the number 9 man died at the beginning.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So-
it's 4 and 4. Yeah.
4 and 4, yeah.
What the hell is going on? What's wrong? Are you okay?
Don't trust her. I don't trust her anymore.
You never really trusted her.
I never really did. No.
Right from the beginning, you were like,
I just always feel like in these games, the childhood friends, they're either really clingy or they're actually psychotic.
yeah.
Of course I did.
Even had a
Made a
guy,
promise.
like, kind of get a bit, like, miffed at you in the comments.
I just never really in games like this or even stories like this. I never really trust the childhood friends. Sometimes I don't know. I always feel like they're either going to betray you or something
That's fair.
because that's always like the best betrayal. They're like, oh, the most shocking.
Well, yeah. Well, the thing now is that it's happened so often that... it
I'm
wouldn't
not
be-
shocked by it anymore. God no, it happens too often.
I'm so glad you're here. So glad.
Is she gonna be so crazy?
What happened to you?
I'm fine. wasn't feeling very good. I'm feeling a lot better now, though.
Are you sure?
Yes. I just need to rest a little longer.
In an
I'm
incinerator?
sure I'll be fine.
She wants to rest in an incinerator.
Yeah, well, I mean, she doesn't really have much choice at this point now, does
You
she?
shouldn't worry about me.
Santa.
Actually, where's Ace and Lotus run off to?
You'll see in a moment.
Hey, where is it? Where's the gun? You hide it somewhere?
I don't have it. I got sucker punched and they took the gun.
What? Who took it?
What? Isn't that obvious?
I took the gun.
Oh, we're back
Very
to the...
familiar scene, huh?
But this time all of us are here now.
Well, yes, that's the difference. What I meant is, like, we're in the incinerator again, and he's got a gun on Lotus.
Poor Lotus can't get a feckin' break.
No, she can't. Well,
He's just like, my kids were kidnapped and brought here, and now I'm brought here, and she's just like...
but what I was going to say is the
What?
problem for her is that she has the number 8 bracelet.
Yeah.
And that's what Ace needs.
I know, that is the issue, but like, poor Lotus, like...
So in every timeline, she gets
done nothing.
murdered by Ace because of the fact that he needs her bracelet.
Yeah, but poor Lotus has literally done nothing.
No,
Ever.
she hasn't.
She just lost her kids, they got them back traumatized. And then she's now being traumatized. Nature want to traumatize her entire family.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't feel bad for her when I started this game originally, but after you learn about everything, poor fucking Lotus.
Yeah, she has a real
She's
bad
just like,
again.
why the fuck am I here? Like, I kind of get everybody else, except obviously for like
June and
well, I kind
Tuesday.
of maybe June. June, I maybe a bit more if she's linked to Santa.
Yeah.
But like,
Originally, the two of those were the ones that you were most confused on.
yeah, like. And like I thought Lois was maybe her daughter did something, but her daughter really didn't do anything because Santa didn't ask them to come back, so I don't think Santa.
Oh,
really-
you're talking about in
Yeah,
that scene, yeah.
So like, and if that was the case, you bring her daughter, not the mother. So like, obviously, it's like, yeah, it's just traumatizing her entire fucking family for generations. Her kids are if they
For generations.
yeah.
At least 2 generations.
At least
yeah.
2 generations, but like, who knows? Maybe if she has grandchildren, they'll start taking her grandchildren.
No.
Poor Lotus and her family. Her kids probably will never have children because they'll probably be afraid after their mom gets traumatized that they'll also get traumatized if they ever had kids. Like,
Wow.
yeah.
We've developed an entire like lore for this family tree.
Yes. Okay, keep going. Oh, God.
Just what the hell do you think you're doing, Ace? Or maybe I ought to say Gentaro Hongo, CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals. You have me at a disadvantage, and I don't like that.
Oh, I forgot. Also, Lotus is probably so fucking confused because she thought Ace was good
Yeah.
up to like this point, right?
Yeah, everyone thought that Ace was...
Oh, but like the others kind of ran in knowing Ace. isn't
yeah,
good.
what you mean is, yeah,
Right
what...
now, though, Lotus probably got the gun with Ace. Was like, oh yeah, we got the gun, we're fine. And then
And then he just turns on her, yeah.
and she's like, what the fuck? Yeah.
You know me, but I don't know you. Do you have any idea how much I've suffered? Can you even begin to understand my pain?
The pain of prosopagnosia, right?
Another irritating insect. And how do you know that?
Good question.
No matter. If you don't want to answer, it makes no difference to me. This is a waste of time.
You remember what prosopagnosia is?
Yeah, he can't see faces, which is how he mistaked Yaman for being Snake, because
Yeah.
obviously Santa knew that, and put Yaman into Snake's clothing.
Yeah, yeah.
So when he pushed Yaman, he thought he was pushing Snake.
First is 1. Give me your hand. 8. And with this, 9.
The 9th man. Kubota's bracelet.
I believe I've won this game. I've had quite a time playing with you. I must thank Zero, I suppose.
Wait, what? Ace doesn't know who Zero is. What the hell are you planning, Santa?
At any rate, this game ends now. I will escape, and the rest of you will have a slightly less pleasant ending. I suggest you enjoy your final moments. Goodbye. Wait! What? Why isn't it opening?
The Nightman's bracelet is at 9, wasn't it, or something?
No, it wasn't his one. The ones that weren't what they appeared to be were June and Santa's, I believe. I believe everyone else's
Well,
was.
but I thought he used his own Lotus on the Nightman's, though.
You're talking about Ace?
Yeah, so it should have opened the door.
It should have, yeah, because you get 18 out of that, and 1 plus 8 is 9.
Okay.
One more time.
Poor fucking Lotus! She's like being dragged all over the place. Oh, she's been running up and down this ship for hours in those fucking heels. Girl,
My God.
I would have taken those off hours ago.
Oh God! Actually, did you ever hear about? Just sorry, folks, for stopping the story. But when you brought the heels and taking them off, did you ever hear about? What's that one? Is it Jurassic World?
I know, oh yeah, I've never watched it, but I know Jurassic World.
The one that has is Chris Pratt in it?
I think he is.
Yeah. Okay. So I have the right one because I've never seen it either.
I think he is in Jurassic World.
I've seen the first 3 Jurassic Park.
Because he's like in the
films.
newer ones. He's like the main guy in the newer ones.
But point is, Bryce Dallas Howard's also in it, and apparently there was a scene in which she's running away from a T-Rex, and she's running away in high heels, and everyone, like a lot of the internet people, were like, "Oh, that's so unfair. Why did she have to run in high heels? Why did they make her run in high heels?" And the director came back and said, "I told her to take off those high heels, but she didn't. She said she wanted to keep them on during the scene."
I was just like, yeah, why? Keep going. Okay, now open.
You're voicing Ace?
Yeah, I just did it there. I don't know why. Ha ha.
No! What is this? Why? That digital route should be 9! It has to be 9! Then why? Why isn't it opening?
Yeah, why isn't it opening?
There, unless it's a third
No.
person working with someone else working with Santa, and I'm assuming June. Yeah, knock him out.
No!
Like Ace is the only real villain to me here.
Uh,
Oh,
fair.
Ace, and obviously the ninth man, but he's dead already. So
yeah, well, the 4.
the 4 that were involved,
Yeah.
are the only real villains to me. Like,
But we'll have to see the reasonings for Santa and June and stuff soon.
yeah.
Oh, that was close. Too close. Thank you, Seven.
Don't mention it. Just one punch ain't enough for this piece of shit. After what he did 9 years ago, I ought to rip him to pieces. But if a suspect can't talk, they ain't much good.
That's
Once
true.
he's locked up in a cell, we're gonna have a little chat. 9 years ago? Then you must be. Yeah, you finally figured it out, dumbass.
So I'm assuming they gave him amnesia on purpose because he would have recognized Ace.
Yes, I think we discussed this briefly last time.
He
That
wouldn't have recognized maybe Snake and Santa because they grew up.
yeah, there was a
Or
chance he
June.
wouldn't have
He
recognized.
recognized the 3 of them because they grew up. He might have recognized Lotus because she kind of did look like her daughter, but like.
He definitely would have. Ace would have been the one. So from the very beginning, it had to be a case that he had to have amnesia.
Oh, and he might have recognized the ninth man as well.
Yes, possibly if he knew about him.
Yeah, he did. He knew the 4 guys involved, so he would have known them.
Did he actually?
He named their names.
He named their names, but did he know them to see the
I
other
don't know. He
members?
never said, but he knew their names. But I'm
Yeah.
assuming if he was a detective on the case, he would have seen images of them.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah.
Ace, you killed Kubota, Nijisaki, and Musashido, didn't you?
Wait, Nijisaki?
Oh, right. You don't know
Yeah, he
yet.
didn't.
All right. We'll just go through them in order then. Let's start off with Kubota. You talked to Kubota and managed to convince him to go into door 5 alone. You killed him without making it look like you killed him. The way I figure it, you had 4 motives. 1. In the nonary game, the number 9 is dangerous. Whoever had the 9 bracelet could join whatever team they wanted. Adding 9 to any number doesn't change the digital route, which means that number 9 could do whatever they wanted.
Personally, though, I feel like he would have stayed with Ace, though, as much as possible. I think he would have trusted him enough to stay with him.
Either that or he
But
would
Ace
have.
wouldn't have trusted that. But I think he probably would have, especially since he so blindly trusted Ace at the beginning. I think he would have stayed with Ace as much as possible.
The only other thing about that is maybe he would have gone into another team to like mess things up and like take control of the situation potentially.
Maybe.
You wanted to remove that threat as soon as possible. 2. You wanted the number 9 bracelet for yourself, so that you could make use of its power. In fact, you did use it in the murder of Niji Saki.
He did.
3. Even if his number hadn't been 9, Kubota was a problem. He knew your past. He knew what had happened 9 years before.
He really changed
You
his
needed to
hairstyle in
silence
the
him
9
before he
years.
told
Yeah, I
anyone.
know. It's ugly hairstyle.
4.
On him, anyway. He just looked out of place on him? I don't know.
You described him as a creep. when
Yeah,
you
it
first
made
saw
him look like a creeper. I don't know why. It was just something. He didn't look as much as a creeper in the past one with the kind of
with the
slicker
slicked back hair, yeah.
slick back hair, but for some reason he just looks more like a creeper. When
His little afro or whatever he had.
no, it's not that. It's not the fact that it just on him. It just didn't look right on him.
Yeah, that's fair. I get it.
Like that's the thing. It just did not look right on him.
Last, and perhaps the most disturbing. You used Kubota as a test. You wanted to know how serious this nonary game was. Was it truly life or death, or simply a harmless prank? You convinced him to break the rules so you could see what would happen. That was why you killed Kubota. But he was only the first. Next was Nijisaki. While everyone was off looking for the missing parts for the Reds, you ran into Nijisaki near the big hospital room. However, because of your prosopagnosia, you didn't realize he was Nijisaki. Chiefly because, when you met him, he was dressed like Snake. That was why you thought Nijisaki was Snake.
No, that's not... That was Nijisaki? Why? How did...
I'll get to that. Anyway, you thought he was Snake. Snake was one of the kids in your experiment 9 years ago. You remembered him because he was the blind kid. But his presence made you think.
Oh, so he was originally blind in the first game because I was confused in the first nonary game.
He was, yes.
Yeah, I was kind of confused. Was he actually blind then as well?
Yeah, but that's fair to ask because he did say before that...
He wasn't blind at the start.
Well, actually, I don't think he was the one who said. I think Clover.
Clover
was.
said he wasn't always blind. Yeah, so I was
Yeah.
wondering, did he get blind in the game or or during the game?
He was blind during it, yeah.
So he was blind. He got blind before the game.
Yes.
Is my set? Yeah, okay.
Snake was one of my subjects 9 years ago. He probably hates me.
Well, I mean, why? I wonder why.
It's true. Why isn't he saying anything? Is he keeping quiet because he can't see? Or perhaps he's working with Zero to get revenge on me. Whatever the reason, anyone who knows my past is a threat.
That actually, well, he knew Clover was the sister. Why didn't he try to get rid of Clover then?
Because Clover would have been in the facility.
But how did he know that he didn't tell Clover? Like that's the one down thing.
I mean, I guess that's a possibility. Maybe that's why he goes after Clover a few times in some of the other endings, but...
Maybe.
Before he tries anything, I need to get rid of him. That was when you decided you had to kill him. The murder weapon was Kubota's bracelet. You just waved it over the red. Verified your own number and then grabbed Nijisaki's arm and forced it over the scanner panel. Then, when the door opened, you kicked him in. 9 seconds later, the door closed. And then 81 seconds passed. And poor Nijisaki was dead.
Boom. Although I would hesitate to say poor
You mean to
Nijisaki.
Snake is still alive?
Sorry to disappoint you, but I'm as good as new.
Wait, did he not see him standing there when he came in? Like, did he not notice there was someone else there in clothing?
Prosopagnosia.
Yeah, but he saw someone else standing there in that robe. Did he not go like, who the fuck are you?
Yeah, well, he would have asked that. Who... Like, he probably would have thought maybe this is Zero, maybe this is... His first thought wouldn't have been, this is Snake.
I know it would have been Snake, but I'd have been like, wait, who's this guy?
Yeah, well, he never asked that question now, did he?
Thank you for killing the wrong man, but I can't say I like knowing that you wanted me dead. Although, to be honest, even if you hadn't tried to kill me, I would still hate you very much.
Well, I wouldn't blame you.
Last but not least, let's talk about Musashido's death. When Clover and I were investigating the chart room, you came over to talk to me.
Yeah, this actually explains something now.
I was wondering, did he actually find him and kill him himself?
Do you remember what you said?
Oh, a pocket watch. Might I take a look at it?
I handed it to you, and you left the room. You had been in charge of the Nonary project. Of course, you would have known the solution to every puzzle, which would mean that you also knew how to get out of the wheelhouse. All you had to do was place the watch in the indentation on the door to unlock it.
Actually, just on that topic, our good watcher, Thomas Shikes, actually brought this up. He said that because I brought up a question before of like, why did he take the long route, you know, the one at the back, and like it must have taken him ages to get through, and he informed me very correctly that since he was the architect of the game, he'd know all the solutions. For the library, he could just walk straight to the back and just put in the password immediately. And then when he goes into the in my head I have the study. Is that correct? Whatever room that was past the Zero's room, that he could just solve all those puzzles lickety split and just head through them.
Actually, that is true. Yeah, as the person who originally designed it, yeah, that is true.
So it wouldn't have taken him that long in the end.
Okay, that's true. Actually, good point.
With the door open, you could enter the captain's quarters. Musashido was there. Conveniently placed next to him was an axe that practically begged you to kill him with it. You picked up that axe and buried the blade deep in the other man's chest. One blow was all it took. And then you returned to the chart room as if nothing had happened.
There was something I wanted to speak with you about, Junpei. Could you come with me for a moment?
I had no reason to say no, so I followed you to the wheelhouse. When we stepped inside, remember how you slipped your hand into my vest? You pulled out a piece of paper, the one I used to cheat during the vote. But that wasn't really what you were after. Your true purpose had been to slip the watch into my pocket. It wasn't a very good plan. Had way too many holes, and someone saying the wrong thing could have brought it all down around you. You must have been desperate. But what made you willing to risk it all to do it? Ace, Musashido's murder is the only one I don't understand. You obviously did it. But why?
Because of this.
What's with the paper?
Just read it.
Let's see. Number 1. There are 2 ways you might survive this ordeal. The first is to win the Nonary game. The second is for you to confess your sins of 9 years past.
See, I knew everything was going to be about Ace after we
Yeah.
found the thing. That was quite obvious. This is all clearly revenge on Ace. I just feel really bad for fucking Lotus. And Junpei, apparently.
I've prepared a camera in the captain's quarters. The images captured by that camera will be streamed through a satellite and distributed across the world. Simply look into the camera and repent. Once you have confessed everything, I will release you from this ship. To make your confession more credible, I have left you a witness in the captain's quarters. Perhaps he will confess with you. The decision is yours. Do as you please. Zero.
So he could have gone them all off this fucking ship.
That's the implication, yeah, if he'd gone to there and repented.
Yeah, instead I'm assuming he might let the others go. I'm assuming that. I think that...
Potentially, yeah. There's an element to that I would want to...
But I'm not surprised he chose what he did because Ace is a selfish bastard.
There's a greater purpose to the Nonary game, so I wonder, is this actually a trap? In and of
Maybe.
itself?
It could have been, but Ace is a selfish bastard, so they kind of probably knew he wasn't going to pick that.
Yeah, that's something we can discuss maybe once we learn the true purpose of the Nonary game.
Oh well, keep going.
When I awoke in that room on D-Deck, I found that in my pocket. That was why I chose door 1 when we voted. If I went through that door, I knew I could get to the captain's quarters. As you said, I knew how to enter the wheelhouse. My plan was to find the pocket watch before anyone else.
He always goes to drawer 1, doesn't he, in that route?
That's the confusing thing, you see, actually. I wasn't going to bring it up, but I guess Thomas Shikes can talk about it in the
Because I can't
comments
remember,
section.
does he always go to door 1?
He doesn't, actually. In the safe ending, he goes through door... Hang on now. It's the one where it's like the engine room and the warehouse, and he gets the gun from the coffin.
Oh yeah, so how come no one mentions your man?
That's what I was trying to remember. That Clover, we do know that in that
Who goes to
ending,
door 1 in that route?
In that route, it was Clover, Seven, and Lotus. But Seven and Lotus actually mentioned the fact that at some point Clover actually like went through into the captain's quarters by herself first, and it took them a while to get in. So maybe she killed him.
But why?
But why is the question? Yeah,
Unless she thought he was Zero and freaked out.
that's true. Actually, he does have the Zero bracelet on him, so she could have thought that. Maybe she murdered him and stuffed him under the bed or something.
Like they never mentioned finding him.
Yes, that's true. That is true. That's the only possibility I can think of.
Okay, so
But-
that's a slight loophole. Okay.
Thomas can, like, if he knows anything about it, he can answer it. Because remember, there was that interview with the writer. Maybe the writer mentioned like what happened to Musashido in that particular ending.
Yeah, because that one confuses me. But I'm guessing since it took Clover a while, Clover killed him. But
Yeah, because if she thought that he was Zero,
then why did she hide the body? I don't know. Like, oh yeah.
If I could, then my alibi would be set. At least, that was the plan. Unfortunately for me, you got to it first. That sleight of hand was the best I could manage on short notice.
You meant to kill him from the beginning then? Musashido, I mean.
I only knew Musashido was the witness after I reached the captain's quarters. I asked him, and he answered. He seemed groggy. Perhaps he had only just awoken from sedation. I suppose Nijisaki was in much the same state.
true.
He seemed confused and disoriented when I encountered him. But yes, you are correct. I intended to kill him from the beginning, even though I didn't know who he was.
Yeah, whichever witness was in there, he was gonna kill.
Well, I think he kind of knew
It had to be one of the two.
left because he knew your man was already there.
Kubota, yeah.
So it had to be one of the other two, yeah.
I proceeded to the captain's quarters in order to remove this so-called witness.
Ace, you figured it out, haven't you? You were being manipulated.
Yes, so it would seem. I was little more than a puppet, in many ways. Everywhere I went, everything was already prepared. The Reds in the large hospital room were dismantled. Nijisaki was dressed like Snake. There was an axe in the captain's quarters. Musashido was delirious from the anesthetic, so he couldn't fight back. Nijisaki as well. In retrospect, I can't understand how I could have fallen into such a
It's
simple
because
trap.
he's got an ego the size of a mountain.
He really does.
Like,
The problem is his downfall is that he thinks he's the smartest man in the room
yeah,
at all times. But obviously he's not. Maybe back originally when they were all kids, but obviously out of pure revenge, and I'm guessing.
yeah, but also because of how confident he is, it makes him super easy to manipulate because you know exactly what he's gonna do.
But yes, this was a trap.
But like, isn't that why? I think that's the problem with like Sherlock Holmes and his nemesis Moriarty. Isn't it that Moriarty can figure out what Holmes is doing because he can predict Holmes like really well?
I will admit that I'm not super familiar.
Oh, you're
with
not familiar.
Moriarty.
Okay. Yeah, no. So like Moriarty's like Holmes is like.
I know who he is.
Oh, yeah.
But
But I think the point is that he's able to manipulate Sherlock so often is because he knows Sherlock's personality so well,
inside and out.
inside and out, that because they're very similar, he says, or something, they're quite
Yeah,
similar.
well,
that he's able to manipulate him very well.
yeah, he's probably a foil as well in a way.
Yeah.
It was Zero's trap, and I fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. I did everything he wanted me to do.
Yeah. By manipulating you, Zero was able to kill 3 people and keep the blood off his own hands.
I've already said this though. Technically, by coercing him to do it, he is still also technically guilty.
Yes,
So, in a court of law,
yes, but he's probably talking about from like
he didn't have to do the
a
act.
personal thing here.
Yeah, but no, it's kind of like I said. It's kind of like the Charles Manson thing. It's like his cult did all the killing, but
Yeah, well, it's a difference between, I guess, legal speaking and like whether you have to live with it yourself.
I think if you convince someone to commit murder on your behalf, I think I think the blood is on your hands too, because they wouldn't have done it.
I would agree, but they probably would look at it differently.
Maybe they're so psychotic they think it that way, but I don't think I would ever forgive myself if someone died because of an action I did or something like that. I'd feel like the blood is on my hands personally.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Even if I didn't intentionally mean it.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Well, that's part of the dilemma of the train problem. You know, the train problem, right?
Oh yeah, so when there's people on the tracks and let's say there's 5 people on one track and
One person
on another track, but the person on the other track is like a loved one or something, or
Just,
or someone important and stuff like that.
I didn't think it was even. I thought it was just the case.
Sometimes it is someone you love or someone important or something
Through
like
an
that.
action, 5 people die, or through action, 1 person will die.
I think someone tried to say there's actually a way to save all, but like I can't remember. I read it somewhere, but I can't remember how. It's if you manipulate it at the right time or something, you can derail the train instead.
Oh yeah, well that's really getting into semantics there, isn't it?
Yeah, apparently someone said there is a way to actually derail the train, but like I'm like, actually when thinking about the train, there was actually someone in another country recently for clout on show, like for views, he purposely derailed the train by changing the tracks. He's been arrested.
Yeah.
And he recorded it live. He was recording it to put in a thing, and he acted like he didn't know, but he was like. But there's like he's the one who pulled the lever for changing the tracks or something.
Yeah,
and that's what derailed the train. No one died, but like.
What lucky that no one died.
Oh, but for literally online views, this guy derailed a fucking train.
That's insane.
Like it was somewhere in Europe. I can't remember where it was. I saw the video the other day and I was like, that guy's an idiot.
Yeah.
He's
completely.
17 now. He's 17 or 18, but like still an idiot.
All of this was revenge for what happened 9 years ago. That's why this nonary game happened. Am I right, Santa?